A little top off from the goddess of youth? Don't mind if I do. Hello and welcome back to Meet Mozart. I'm Angie, that's Mozart, and today we are looking at Ernest Chausson's Hebé. Ernest Chausson was born in 1855, and unlike a lot of the composers that we've covered on this channel, he was not supported by his parents in making music. In fact, his father wanted him to be a lawyer. And he did go down that path, but it didn't last for very long. And in the meantime, he was always composing. And it wasn't until he saw Wagner's Tristan and Isolde that he decided to fully commit himself to composition and entered the Paris Conservatory. At the Paris Conservatory, he studied under some of the greatest composers of his time, such as Jules Massenet and César Franck. And many would say that he even helped to bridge a gap between composers of that older French style and composers like Debussy. Chausson was widely accepted by his peers. He was a member of the Société Nationale de Musique, and actually his house was a place where everyone from poets and composers were coming together to experience music and art. However, even though he was widely accepted and appreciated in his composer world, the presenters in France didn't really seem to appreciate his work, and so most of his compositions were not performed during his lifetime. By the age of 44, Chausson was really reaching his peak in compositional skills, but he was very suddenly killed in a bicycle accident. And because of this early death, despite the fact that he wrote everything from art songs and chamber music to operas and symphonies, none of his works were very well performed, and he has not achieved the same fame that a lot of his counterparts have, even though they are being more recognized today. Of the Chausson songs still in print today, undoubtedly his most famous is his opus number 2, and that includes a piece called Le Colibri, which is probably the most famous piece about a hummingbird. But today we're going to go ahead and look at one of the less popular songs from that same opus. Hebe is a song set to the poetry of Louise Ackermann, a French poet who included it in her collection of Premières Poésies. The collection mainly focuses on the human experience and especially human suffering, and it includes several poems that focus on themes from Greek mythology, like this one. Hebe was the goddess of youth, and she was also the cupbearer of the gods, meaning that they would reach out their glasses to her and she would fill their glasses with ambrosia and nectar. And in this poem, we see Hebe refilling the glasses of the gods, and we mortals also reach out our cups. Unfortunately, since we are not gods, we are left with empty glasses and eyes full of tears as Hebe walks away. In order to bring this short but poignant poem to life, Chausson uses a couple different compositional techniques. First of all, he chooses a very specific mode, the Phrygian mode, which has long been associated with ancient Greece. So what is a mode, you ask? Well, anytime that a composer is writing a song, they're generally pulling off a specific pool of notes that they're going to use based on different scales. The most common scale that we hear in Western music is the major scale. Followed by the minor scale. But in this piece, he uses the Phrygian scale, or the Phrygian mode, and that's what gives it such a unique sound. The second way that Chausson really brings this poem to life is by creating a couple different feelings within the piano part. In the beginning, when the poem focuses on Hebe passing around this nectar to the gods, we get a movement of parallel thirds, sometimes parallel fourths, and that feels very beautiful, but it has sort of a stoic and cold feeling. And in fact, he even sets us up with a tempo marking there that means without life. Then whenever the focus of the poem shifts to us mortals and our desire for this nectar, all of a sudden we get these really beautiful arpeggios that start to move. And in fact, he then changes that tempo marking to with life. And so by setting up these two moments, we get this really stark comparison between this beautiful but cold experience of the gods and this more vital experience of humanity. And throughout the poem, they sort of start to weave in and out of each other in some different ways. And then in the end, we return to this godlike feeling as Hebe walks away from us, and we are then left in our humanity full of arpeggios until the end of the song. So I'll just say once again for posterity, I don't consider myself a pianist, but I do love playing along with these songs. So I'll hope you enjoyed this take of Chausson's Hebe. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to hear a new, unfamiliar Chausson song. And I also hope that you'll take the time to say Chausson song about 20 times because it's really quite fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, push all the fun buttons, including that little notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video, and we will see you next time.